Ultimately, what we were after was to create a campaign that would work for the population of the country as well as the population of the RNIB.
This is Dan. He has diabetic retinopathy, a condition that partially obscures his vision with blurry patches. Here we can see him hesitating at the escalators. Not because of his vision, by the way. He's just spotted his ex on the first floor. Ooh, dodged a bullet there, Dan.
So the brief was to create a new visual identity and was also to change the preconceptions that people have about people with sight loss. And in doing so, reconnect the RNIB with all their members of 2 million people who suffer from sight loss at the same time. Before we got hold of it and won the pitch a couple of years ago, they ran campaigns that were quite inward looking and would focus really on the problems of sight loss. And what we wanted to do was evolve that and make it a much more outward facing campaign, aimed not at people who already suffer from sight loss, whether they're totally blind or partially sighted, but actually everyone in the community.
Well, I think the brief in terms of the logo and the identity was really set out at the start when we did our immersive sessions and our design sessions with them. Rather than just presenting them 2 months down the line with a logo, they would see it every other week, and we would do our research and immersive sessions with them. And we started from everything from existing logos with charity logos to design inspiration like Jock Kinnear and Margaret Calvert's road signs. And then from there we established there's a certain route it would take us. We knew it had to be readable, we knew it had to be legible, and we knew it had to be efficient for those guys to use. That then established a very simple and clean, modern-looking logo.
What it says with the executions is even if you suffer from sight loss, you live a very comparatively normal life to the preconception of what people think your life is like. Example of that is there's a script called Carrot, and a woman's grating the carrot in her kitchen. She does what we all do, actually, is nick her finger on the grater. Of course, we presume that's because of her sight loss, but actually we reveal that it's because she's just seen someone she fancies on the telly.
I think the applied design is very sort of interesting. Everything from the sign outside of the building is very visible and punchy. The branding on the posters and the art direction of the posters are very punchy. They're very contrasting, and it was a very intended point to make those colours very bright and poppy, and for there to be a 50-50 split on the ad, to have the type readable, large, the logo nice and big, and the secondary line nice and big as well.
It's very empowering for the sight loss community. It's incredibly inclusive, but also I just think it's such a hopeful campaign. I mean, the truth is a lot of people think that the RNIB is for people who have total blindness, can't see at all. But actually it's not at all about that. You can start getting sight loss early on, it can happen very gradually, but I'm really hoping out of the campaign we will get a bonding between the RNIB, all its members, and the community out there.
See the person, not the sight loss. RNIB. See differently.